Welcome to the Nerdington Post. I'm Walter.
I'm Sempai.
And hats off to the dearly departed Kentaro Miura, who is the artist and writer of the acclaimed manga series Berserk.
He was the GOAT. I read Berserk when I first moved to the United States, so I had a pretty fun journey with it as I grew older.
Yeah.
I was super sad when I found out, and then of course my ass decides like, you know what, I'm gonna put my sad playlist, and then I remember, I have Guts' theme on my sad playlist, and it just fucking hit and I tear up, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I was working on a little intro thing for this episode. I had a completely different intro in mind, different episode title in mind, and when this hit, I'm like,
yeah,
gotta do something for Miura. And it didn't really hit me until I was cutting it together, just like, oh man,
that's it. The thing that stinks is, well, it doesn't even sting, it's just like, it's left in a recent spot in the manga where Guts was able to like see a little into his future, and then Skola was just like, oh yeah, not everything ends happy, not everything it's happy, like sometimes it ends sad. Which I feel is a very bittersweet left to end it.
Yeah.
From my understanding, there's contingency plan with his editor and his helpers and his assistants to like finish it.
I hope
that was
so.
the case.
Because with George, it's the same thing with George R.R. Martin, where just taking forever for a Song of Ice and Fire to finish, but he has people who have his notes and his outlines and whatnot to finish it if he ever goes. So hopefully that's in place. The thing is, Berserk, it's undisputedly the most influential Japanese Western fantasy.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Oh, hell yeah. Without a doubt. Like, you see echoes of it in, of course, like Dark Souls, Dragon's Dogma, but like, very recently, Castlevania, like, straight up, I just started Castlevania, I got to episode 3. For season 4.
Oh, for season 4,
yeah.
Okay.
Straight up, freaking huge wife is wearing just a Berserk armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Which is also Artorias of the Abyss is just...
It's just Guts.
One dangling arm just going nuts and flipping around. Well, with my favorite games, like Demon Souls, the influence is there because Miyazaki is influenced by that. And also Final Fantasy Tactics is one of my favorite video game stories of all time. And there are elements that are pure Berserk in there. Like you go into Ryovane's castle and then a tough human opponent just turns into a giant monster. It's like, oh, it's Nosferatu Zod, man.
I was like looking through Twitter just because, of course, it's like there's the people I follow, of course, they're nerdy, similar interested. So like I'm seeing a lot of like posts and reblog posts on his name. Fucking Final Fantasy 14 community just pulled up. I just see a bunch of like Dark Knights, just bonfire mascot or pet or whatever, and just
different hub cities, they're all lined up in their Dark Knights. I was thinking about doing it, but I'm saving my resub for like the month before the expansion comes out, which we'll talk about the expansion. But.
We probably will. A little offside note, I'm probably gonna switch my cute little aura girl to Melviera. Oof. That's what I fucking bunny boy. I don't know what it is. I just bunny boy at that.
Brown bunny boy.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Yeah, because with my tank class is Dark Knight, and you have if you see anything coming out of Japan with a guy wielding a two-handed sword, it's definitely Berserk influence, man. They'll throw shades of it, and even with mecha anime, with Evangelion, Iron Blooded Orphans, pure Berserk references in that.
What is like Yoshi P, like in an interview a long time ago when they were releasing the Dark Knight class, he just said like we were inspired by Guts, like in his design and his motif.
Yeah, with the iconic armor for the class. Yeah,
it's sad.
It is sad. It's. I mean, say what you will about the last decade plus of the manga. It's been a great journey and some of the greatest moments in manga history. My
friend just texted me and he was like, well, I guess he's never getting off the boat. I was like, no, like he got off in 2016, but still.
He got off. He's reuniting with his spirit son, and we'll see if anything happens from there. We hope it continues.
He got to see Casca just get one.
Yeah.
which makes me happy. So if anything, at least he got that.
If it ends now, we'll get a happy-ish ending.
Yeah. What is it? It wasn't until early this year that they finally published the last bit of Vagabond. Mm-hmm. So that's technically another manga that I've been following since I moved to the United States. That's ended this year. Mm-hmm. Same thing. Very, very sweet, but happy where it ended. So it sucks.
Yeah, it's 1966 to 2021, baby.
Go ahead.
Hell of a career.
And we still managed to keep his life very private.
Yeah. Because
there's only like 2 pictures of him.
And the only thing we know about him is he loves Idolmaster.
He loves Idolmaster and working out.
Yeah. Does he?
Yeah. Apparently.
Is he jacked?
He because there's only like the 2 pictures. From my understanding, he enjoy like lifting weights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the I love seeing like a shredded nerd creator.
Yeah.
Like the former head of Arcane Studios, I can't remember his name. Oh, Rafael Colantonio. Mm-hmm. There are, he looks like a French nerd dude. But then if you go to the Instagram for his band, there's pictures of him on stage shirtless, and he is shredded. It's bananas.
Who was it? It's for the life of me, it's escaping my mind. But she used to be like a slick oil painter artist, and she used to work in like Super Nintendo like cover arts. She just straight up looked like the dudes from the paintings that she drew, just jacked up and just massive, and just like that's great. I love to see it.
Yeah.
And what's the funny thing about that? Those people probably like read were into Rambo, or they probably read like Conan or God forbid JoJo, and they were like, I'm gonna get like that, and they did.
Yeah, I want to get to that point where I was looking up climbing gyms, just because that was something I did in high school, and I clocked in at the fattest I've ever been so I want to get into working out again. I'm getting my arms there.
There you go.
Yeah, but everything else is
that's
garbage.
That's what I'm gonna work on, because my legs are like my legs are just putting in work, and they're finally getting defined. I'm getting some nice definition of my thighs. But my arms are like chicken arms, so like I'm gonna work on
better to have legs. This I can't do shit with this, man.
I've noticed people like legs better.
Legs, it's more practical. It's way more practical. I started working on my legs a little bit, as in doing 1 set of squats a week.
I just do home workouts, and I don't really time it, but I can do a wall sit through most of the Seer, like the song, not the album. The Seer's like half an hour song.
Yeah, part of why I want to get legs going is once I move back in the city proper, I'll be biking around everywhere.
Hell yeah!
But I want to plan a Japan trip where, fuck the normal weeaboo Tokyo thing. I'm not even gonna go to Tokyo. South of Japan, near Okinawa, there's a bike path that's 70 kilometers, roughly 40 miles. But it's over a bunch of bridges, and it goes through 6 different islands. And I was watching some vloggers biking through it, and it is absolutely beautiful, man. Just biking through islands.
I'm on the same spot as you when it comes to fuck that weep shit. Okay, I will go to the Gundam base just to check it out. You gotta. But I just want to go to check out shows. I want to be able to go to a divey bar and just being able to find bands to listen to that do not tour the US. Just put up a show, just catch a show, or I would like to see Cult of the Reapers or Boris. Well, Boris comes to the United States. Just a noisy, grindy show, just somewhere in a dive bar and where I can't speak the language. I would like to enjoy. I would like to experience that.
Yeah, it's just I could look at statues of anime girls and get old cartridges anywhere, but biking through islands,
multiple islands.
That's something I can't do anywhere else. Well, if you Google it, you probably can.
Yeah. But it's Japan, though.
Yeah. It's Japan. You get that weeb shit also.
Yeah.
I could maybe do it in the old country of the Philippines, but, you know, they got a meth problem over there. I'll do it in Japan where it's cleaner and safer.
Yeah. You just have to worry about old men jerking off on you.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
It'll happen. It'll happen. You go to any hostel in the world, you might get some old jizz on you. But keeping with the Japan news, New Japan Pro Wrestling, IWGP, World Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay, on the May 4th show at Wrestling Dontaku, match of the year against Shingo Takagi. They always put on a real banger. Mm-hmm. Apparently in that match, he injured his neck. So he's...
You need that.
He's vacated his title, and he's flying back to the UK, his homeland, to recuperate. So best regards to Will Ospreay, who's greatest wrestler on the planet right now, frankly. These burps brought to you by Light Sky.
It's not really so light if you're suffering through it.
This is the last one that Pack bought months ago, so once
gross.
this is done, I'll never have to deal with this ever again. But get well soon, Will Ospreay, and hopefully they do some on-the-fly booking with the heavyweight belt. Hopefully, I'm thinking the winner of the G1, which is the major tournament arc, for if you want to speak in anime terms.
It seems like every single person that I've talked to that's into wrestling, they talk about like it's an anime.
Yeah, it's shonen, dude.
Okay.
It's shonen. So hopefully they'll switch it up, and the winner of the G1 tournament gets the belt. I'm thinking it's going to be a longtime favorite and former champion Kazuchika Okada gets the belt, and he holds on to it until Ospreay's recuperated, since they're kind of building to their matchup and rivalry. So get well soon.
This happened on May 4th?
Yeah.
I was watching Wrestling Gone Wrong videos for like 2 hours.
Ooh. Yeah, there's no particularly bad looking spot where it looks like he may have that's clearly he broke his neck there, but I don't know, they always put on a hell of a show, and it looks rough, and match of the year probably.
It's crazy for us. Okay, like, we fucking know, like, wrestling's fake, but like, they really do put their body on the line. They really are putting their body on the line for this shit.
Yeah, and this isn't the first time someone's broken their neck and then they keep going for the rest of the match, because they're entertainers. They want to put on a hell of a show for you, and they do. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay's the best.
I will take you war on that.
Asterisk. Let's put an because, you know,
he broke his neck, or something else.
Semi-cancelled?
Oh, semi-cancelled.
He's Ospreay the Uncancellable. Because, you know, Me Too didn't get any traction in Japan. Shit. Well, no, he's not a creep, but he's friends with a creep.
He's creep adjacent.
Yeah, and then supposedly Ospreay and his girl tried to blackball the lady who made accusations on their friend.
Oh.
So, one asterisk, not full 3 asterisks. He's cancelled adjacent. But it's, you know. He's not getting any US shows, but he has, like, the British, the belt in a British wrestling promotion, so it's... The Britain's okay with being... Me Too adjacent, and Japan is just whatever.
I can, always explode. I don't know. I can't fucking do a British impression. Talking about British wrestling, I'm familiar with, what the culture is like in Mexican wrestling, United States wrestling, a little bit in Japanese wrestling. What the fuck is with the UK or Britain?
They're more...
what's their thing? Because in Mexico, Mexico is, high-flying, stunts.
A little too busy sometimes, because it's hard to tell what's happening.
In the United States, it's just showmanship, and, in Japan, it's almost like a telenovela, to be honest. More so than Mexican wrestling. What's...
British wrestling, it's more... kind of technical wrestling, more grappling and submission stuff.
Is there still those storylines going on?
Yeah, there's always. Yeah, but... The thing is, what I like about New Japan, pretty much everything that's not WWE, and I guess Lucha Underground and some of the Mexican promotions, because the Mexican promotions, they play into the telenovela stuff, especially Lucha Underground, where somebody came back from the dead and whatnot, and CMLL is a promotion where...
How are you going to get La Parca? Otherwise...
I think it's CMLL. Every year they have a Day of the Dead show, and then they have a match where the loser gets dragged to hell.
Hell yeah.
And then he's like back the next week.
We love that, people.
But yeah, a lot of the promotions are just, these are athletes competing for a championship. And that's what, you know.
I can respect that. Just
like
very
that.
nice
and
dry
simple. Like Rocky shit. I don't need the, you trying to fuck my man angle? Like, I don't want that shit, man.
I respect that. I respect that.
If you're gonna do something weird, at least be self-aware and kind of, I don't know. Because right now in WWE, there's a whole storyline going on where there's magic and people teleporting and shit. It's like...
I enjoy the camp. I enjoy the campiness of it.
It's too much, man. That stuff I don't like. Whereas in AEW, you have somebody who's like an alien, but... We all know they're not an alien. It just looks like a person with face paint, and we're fine with it.
Oh yeah.
They're not leaning into like, oh, we gotta have special effects around the stage. It's just like, hey, I'm an alien. What's up?
I'm an alien.
I'm kind of weird.
Name is not Piccolo.
Yeah. I don't know. So that you know, you gotta get into wrestling. It's shonen, man. You ditch shonen, get into wrestling. There's more stakes on the line, like people legitimately getting hurt. It keeps it spicy, man.
I do love pain.
Keeps it spicy. But, yeah, like we mentioned earlier, Final Fantasy XIV tributes happening on for Kentaro Miura. And they had Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest, where they showed off the new DPS class, the Reaper, and a full trailer for the Endwalker expansion. And did you watch this, man? This beautiful 6-minute trailer?
I did until I hit... what it looked like to be Alphino's dad.
The elf guy, yeah. I mean...
And then I stopped because I feel like if I know anything else from the trailer, I will just spoil myself in the story.
You're like... That's pretty much the end of the trailer. There's like one more sequence in that trailer.
But the thing is like... The whole time I was watching it, I was just like... I feel like I should not be watching... Like, I'm hype. I'm watching it as... I should be watching it to be hyped up to actually buy into the game... and start doing everything and enjoying it, because I do enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah, I got emotional watching it.
But I'm just like, I feel like I'm learning too many things that I should not.
No, they show a lot in there, because it's pretty much like, this is the end of the main story, so it's like, if you're not on board with everything already, get the fuck out of here.
That's the thing. I have no context to everything I saw, and until I, you know, like, for example, until I hit
Are you still on A Realm Reborn content?
The problem was like, it just felt like I was doing like a job that way, because I wanted to speed through it. And then just talking to a couple friends on Discord, told me, it's like, just take your time. Like, you literally don't have
until November,
like a timeline. Well, not even then. Like, you don't. It's straight up like there's still gonna be people playing December and the year after. So like, you can take your time, which kind of like made me ease up and made me want to jump back into it.
Because,
but I am a warrior. I think I'm gonna be fighting Titan. The last time I touched it, so according to my.
So you got the job level up.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I found out the trainer for warriors called Gore, the Curious Gore. Or Gorge or something like that. It's a reference to the monkey. Yeah. That's all I remember.
You still planning on going Dark Knight?
Yes.
Okay.
Hands down.
But Paladin's the marquee class for
Paladin's marquee class,
game.
And I do like the basic.
Walker.
I do like the basic Born Shield, Sword and Board, but I like. We're just talking about Berserk. I like being an edgy boy. Reaper. If I play, my idea was if I were to pick up a DPS class, was gonna be Ninja, because I like the little mini game that they have attached to their class.
Yeah.
But never mind. I'm just gonna be Reaper now, because I get a stand and I get to be a cool edgy boy. A cool edgy bunny boy at that.
Yeah. So the new class is the Reaper. You have like a demon familiar, and you have a scythe. And as a Dragoon, I'm butthurt because...
Isn't that what your Dragon Spirit should be?
Yeah, well, a Dragon Spirit thing was... I don't know, that's more of an 11 thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to be... Dragoons should be the only polearm class in this game. Get the fuck out of here with your scythe. And they also share the same armor class as Dragoons.
Oh, they're heavy armor? Or they just share the same thing?
They share the same armor.
Because Dragoon, that was his whole thing, right? Like, they have a specific armor class.
They have a specific armor class. Because, like, the DPS have their armor class, and then tanks have their own armor class, but then Dragoons got their own...
They're specific
armor. Yeah, but then... You know, these Reapers with their scythes, they've got a polearm weapon, they're sharing the same armor class. Get the fuck out of here. Dragoon life, 24/7. Get out of here, Edgelords. We already have
Dark Knights.
And then Dragoons kind of dip their toe into it a little bit.
They're age adjacent.
Yeah, for sure. With like, I got a dragon armor suit.
So I will look in it with like, whereas the Dark Knight is wearing the big fat trip pants with the handcuffs and the chains. Dragoons are wearing the dark striped shirts underneath their black shirts. They're
Dragoon life, baby.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing Reaper for DPS class because it looks cool. I know I'm gonna be touching all of them, but Reaper is gonna be the one because they get a little familiar, which looks really cool. It also looks like the familiar is going to be joining with them to power up their classes. I'm curious to see if your attacks fit the... Did they give anything with information? Because I just saw like a showcase of it.
They gave general ideas of how the class will play, but they haven't gone into the weeds with like what abilities it's going to have and its utility.
So I'm assuming it's going to be like your attacks fit the familiar, and then once your familiar powers up, it helps you do other attacks, and then
I'm assuming they fuse with it. I'm assuming because like you were talking about the ninja minigame, each class has its own little
gimmick,
unique systems that you have to play into, and like meters you have to
fill up, and then it hits your rotation. Yeah. Also, I was looking at different like rotations just because like maybe I just needed to jump from warrior and play another class, but the summer rotation is just a circle.
Yeah. Most of them,
but it's just a plain circle. Like everybody else is like, oh, if this happen, if like B happens, this is your rotation. Yeah, no.
And then it shifts to like a different path.
Yeah, but summoner is just like, no, you just do this.
Yeah.
Which I found really fun.
I like because DPS, I like to keep it dumb PS. But just with the Dragoon, it's nice and simple of just, here's this one rotation, then you go to the next one, and then if you stick with that until like your buffs start to run out, then you go back to the first one, and then it's nice and simple. Whereas I tried out Monk, and it's like, it's a little extra work. It's a little more things I need to keep in mind. Positioning is more important for doing damage. Whereas Dragoon, it's like, just get behind the enemy and then you have it. Whereas some attacks do better on the side, some attacks do better from behind with the Monk, and just more things to keep track of.
Well, yeah, Monk has the most positionals, right?
Either that or Ninja. Okay. I think it might be Monk. But yeah, I want to keep it stupid, keep it simple. Dragoon life. Maybe I'll backflip off the stage, baby. That happens sometimes.
Isn't like Samurai stupider too?
I haven't played Samurai.
From what my friend was telling me, it's Samurai's just hit the big number.
I imagine.
Just hit the big stick.
That's kind of, I don't know, like the longsword in Monster Hunter, whereas the simplest rotation.
Well, Monster Hunter now got stupider because now it's just a counter weapon. Like you get most of your DPS from your counter attacks, which is really good for a beginner class, and it feels good. I'm still hunting horn for Monster Hunter. One thing I did notice from the fanfares, which I was really happy of because I knew this meme before we get to Final Fantasy, was the twinning A Long Fall, the meme music video. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't even done that dungeon.
You haven't done that? So the music is fucking amazing. I think that's one of might be like top 5 pieces favorite Final Fantasy music in general.
Did you watch the concert?
I watched some of it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, like they
at
have
the end of the fan fest. Okay.
Yeah, at the end of the fan fest they have like the.
Yeah, because I never did the dungeon. I don't know the song.
The song is fucking awesome. The song is great. But there's this meme that's apparently really famous in the community, and it has like 2 people wearing red shirts, 1 person wearing a blue shirt, 1 person wearing a green shirt, just dancing to the song.
Oh, I think I've seen that thumbnail.
Yeah, and apparently they recreated it in the FanFest. And it's funny because when I was watching it, I told my buddies like the people dancing suck. Like why do they have these people?
No, the developers.
Yeah, and then you put it like awesome. The developers like, oh never mind, this is fucking awesome. Yeah.
See, I think I missed that part because I was I had it on in the background at work, so I was just primarily listening to it. But I remember just seeing the head of localization with his hat out there, just like yeah. I love it, man. It's great. Soken. Do
you try the Soken bit? I have friends. My friend cried when he.
I mean, that was touching, but like again, I'm not as attached to the music of 14, where it's good, it's great,
it's great fucking music.
The thing is, like with the battle themes in Shadowbringers, which is the last expansion, I don't like
really,
but so that's like the freshest memory of Final Fantasy 14 music in my head is music I don't like.
Hey, fair,
but like the theme songs for like the major boss fights for that expansion, for like the final boss fights, Elidibus and Emmett Selk, they're corny and lame. But because it has the context of being those boss fights, they're fucking awesome. It was a fun concert.
I have a friend that's obsessed with Emerald Village, and I don't get it. But then again, I haven't gone to Shadowbringer.
He's easily the best Final Fantasy boss, like antagonist character ever.
So my favorite antagonist,
if you say Kefka, I'll slap your face because he
Go
sucks.
Go for it.
Kefka's just some. You can sum up in 5 words. Got experimented on. Now I'm crazy. That's it. There's no character to him at all. Other than like, yeah.
I like that he wins.
Yeah.
I like that he wins. I also really do like. I think he gets a lot of flack, but like Lord Vayne Solidor from 12. I like him a lot too.
Oh, I hate 12.
I know you don't like 12. Yeah, but I do.
But
it's about me.
I know.
We're talking about me.
But fuck you. You're not me. You're not me.
Yeah, because I am me.
Vayne Solidor, I like his motivation, but it all comes together really stupidly because you're fighting for the same thing anyways, but then you have to fight each other at the end. But not in like an interesting way like Iron-Blooded Orphans, where both factions have the same objective. Just
the ending is the most disappointing part in Final Fantasy 12, because it's just like, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna turn into a huge monster. I consider the game to be done when you have to fight Gabrant and you kill him, and you have that little touching moment between the brothers. I consider that to be like that's the ending. That's what it is. I'm just gonna fight this bullshit monster. I'm just gonna fight Bahamut. That's you fight Twinkie Vayne, then you fight Buff Vayne. It's like then you just fight Bahamut. Anyways.
14, we're psyched for it. Our acorns are wet, and that trailer is when you see. I'm blanking on his name. Why am I blank? I'm just caught up in the feels right now. When you see the Dragoon come in on the dragon, and they're playing a remixed version of that expansion's theme song. Because throughout the trailer, they show sections with characters who highlighted one of the expansions, and with like to a remix of the expansion's theme song. It's just all feels, man. It's all feels. It's so good, man. And the cool thing with the new job class, historically, when they introduce a new job class, one of like the main characters in the main band of your main crew, they get the job class. But in this one, with this expansion, the antagonist is the one who gets the job change, busting out a scythe. It's so cool, man. 14, baby. Can't wait to resub. You gotta get there, man.
I gotta get there.
14's worked its way up to my favorite numbered Final Fantasy, man. The Realm Reborn is a dud.
But
Heavensward and Shadowbringers bring it up to like number 1.
I am
just, and even
I'm struggling with being able. I'm struggling with the economy of like I want to speed up my Realm Reborn experience and being able to join the story, because from my understanding, third quarters towards the last quarter of the game, like it gets really interesting and really intense. I want to know what happens until that point, but then that just means I have to do more, slug through more the story, so listening through it, just press and skip on the dialogue.
Yeah,
because I already did a little bit of that, and I feel like I missed out a bunch.
Yeah, because I was trying to mainline the main story to get through, so I could finally get to Shadowbringers. Like I missed a bunch of side quests and whatnot, where, like, all right. I know there's a Gilgamesh fight in this game somewhere, and there's battle on the big bridge. I just have I have no idea where it is in this game. So it wasn't until like I was finishing up Shadowbringers and just like, all right, let's just give it a goog, see where it is. I'm like, oh, that was like 2 expand that came out during. Heaven's Word, like, oh shit, I completely missed that section just by mainlining the story.
And that's what I'm afraid of. So like that's why I'm gonna take my time and just play whenever I want to, and take my time and play however long I want to.
Yeah. It's kind of fun though when I'm at the current max level right now, and
that's 80, right?
Yeah, there were some story quests and primals that I didn't fight from A Realm Reborn, like Rama and Odin. But I was able to just go through those quests and beat those primals solo just because my level was just way higher. And like, I don't need a tank for this. Or a healer. I could beat them in 2 minutes. Boom.
Did it.
So yeah, it feels nice when you get to that level and just like, okay, I could catch up on stuff I missed during A Realm Reborn.
The only thing I really am, when I go back to it, the one thing I am going to do, and I'm going to beeline to do, will be get my Glamour side quest done. That way I can just wear where the hell I want.
Yeah, I'm kind of...
Because I'm either going to go really slutty with my male bunny boy, or I'm going to just go as casual as possible. I've seen a bunch of people... I saw somebody do... what's the name of the huge races?
Hrothgar?
Not the lion people.
Okay, the... starts with an R.
The huge people. Let's go with huge people.
Yeah, I want to say Röntgen, but that's because I saw Chernobyl.
I saw a picture of the huge people, and he was just wearing jeans, brown shoes, and t-shirt and glasses. So he was cosplaying Henkel, but in Fantasyland. And so I'm either gonna go super plain or super slutty with my bunny boy.
That. You gotta go slutty, dude.
I'm thinking about it.
I have my
big old cock sleeve.
I have glamours for all the main Dragoon armors. Because, you gotta rep Dragoon life, baby. Dragoon life is 60% the armor.
It has sick-ass armor.
Yeah. Like,
to the point where, like, it's recognizable in anywhere. And if you're gonna showcase, like, this is a Final Fantasy collab, you go Dragoon armor. Yeah. Or Cloud.
And the Heaven's Ward trailer is what really got my acorn wet on Final Fantasy 14, so I have to have that marquee Dragoon armor ready to go. And then I have the Nier Automata armor. So I've got just like kind of the generic outfit, and then also specifically the 2B outfit for my lady.
What I like about the Nier raids is that it has a bunch of Drakengard references. So I had a bunch of people hit me up to like, hey, what the hell is this? And just get to be like, let me pull up my Drakengard lore expert hat.
Yeah, I haven't done the third and final part of that raid yet because they have to resub. Yeah. Again, they just launched that like a month ago to coincide with Nier Replicant. Which, have you played that?
I played the original PlayStation 3, so I'm taking my time doing the remake.
Ending E, baby. You gotta get to Ending E. Which I just finished it and got Ending E, and...
Is it the same ending? No?
Okay. No.
Okay.
Because Ending D is where you're like...
When he just nukes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ending E is just... Okay.
Is that part of the chapter Mermaid they were advertising?
No, Chapter Mermaid is they injected into the main story quest, so it's just part of the main story.
Does it at ending C? Does it branch off, or do you have to actually get ending D and then go into ending E?
You have to get ending D.
Okay, I'm into it.
You have to get ending D.
Okay.
start a new file, and then...
Do you have to 100% or just...
No. Like,
just
once you get to a certain part into part 1 of your new save file, it switches over to ending E.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's beautiful. It's some Nier Automata shit.
It's some Yoko Taro stuff.
Yeah. Because in terms of... I guess we're talking about Nier right now.
Yeah.
I think Nier Automata is just better all around in every aspect. And it just executes on the melding of gameplay and story elements better than Nier Replicant does. Just play Nier. I don't want to get into it. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about Nier without giving too much away, unfortunately.
Because Nier Replicant, it's not as respectful of your time as Nier Automata is, whereas ending C and with ending B, C, and D, you're kind of like doing the same thing over and over again, whereas ending or like the B playthrough of Automata is different enough to keep it fresh, even though you're more or less doing the same thing. They add in more different differences to keep it fresh.
Ending C is just a continuation.
Completely different, and then to give the branching endings from that, it's just way more playable. And then the build up for the final ending of Automata is just way more powerful than. It's one of the most emotional moments of video gaming.
I feel a huge chunk of that has to also be given props to like Platinum, because if Yoko Taro is left to his own devices, we are led to a Monster Hunter with no single player and multiplayer only, with no music at all.
And also, it's just the moment-to-moment gameplay. It's way more boring. It is way more boring Nier Replicant. Also, the farming is just tedious.
Yeah, farming is tedious.
Again, no respect for your time at all. Yeah. It's with like the quality of life changes.
And it's very much on purpose, because you still like you're either an older brother or a father that is trying to have a regular life. So like I get that. It just sucks because it doesn't implement well in gameplay.
Yeah. I'm not. I keep thinking like I could do this. I could get the platinum trophy in this. But then everything is just so inconvenient and disrespectful of your time. Just because the main 2 trophies to get where I'm at, you need to grind away at farming to crossbreed flowers, which is takes 2 days in real time. So you have to like either wait 2 days, or you could adjust your system clock, which. I'm moving on to other games, but I'll check in every 2 days to see how my flowers are doing. Which is, fuck you, game. And the other trophy you need to fully upgrade 33 weapons.
That's a classic, though.
Yeah, which, again, a quality of life feature. To get ending D, all you have to do is find all the weapons instead of upgrading them fully. But if you want the trophy, you have to upgrade them fully. Yeah. And you just have to keep farming these shitty enemies that aren't worth fighting, and combat's not exciting because you're one-shotting them. It's just grinding your time
that's
away.
That's a Yoko Taro staple. Yeah. You have to do that for Draken 1, 3. You also have to do it for Nier?
No, not to get
the other meta I'm talking about.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you also had to do that in the original Nier too. Yeah. You actually had to upgrade
all the them for the ending. Yeah.
So that one doesn't shock me. I'm not surprised. Yeah. I was expecting
to get the trophy. I was expecting that also because I didn't read about the quality of life features. But actually trying to do that now, it sucks. And it's so bad.
Is the Phoenix Spear still the best weapon?
Yeah. Okay. I can't find those fucking eggs though. I have to keep going back to harvest points and just like maybe there's an egg. It's an eagle egg. Great. That's rarer, but it doesn't help me in this situation.
What is it, like a 1%? No, not 1%. It's some bullshit percent.
It's some bullshit stuff. Fuck you, Yoko Taro. I'm excited for Nier Reincarnation, though. Yeah. I will do that.
I will check in with you when you go through that.
Yeah.
Because that's the...
It's mobile.
Yeah.
And it's canon. It takes place along the timeline of Nier Automata, and it's that same timeline. But I can't wait for you to get through ending E, man. It's so worthwhile.
What I said, I play a little bit of Returnal. and I enjoyed it a lot. I've been saying this to everybody that's curious about it. It's a really good third-person shooter. It's a really shitty roguelike. I don't like the items. I don't feel like most of the items don't go crazy. PS5. I'm sorry. Super crazy when it comes to the world likeness. Like, there's never a time where like you boot up the game or you boot up your own, you collect items and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have a busted run, because everything feels kind of the same. Most of your buffs are very just the gun handles better. There's a couple. I guess there's a couple items and parasites that makes your melee so much stronger, and then you kind of have a build going on that feels different. But it's just not a good roguelike, especially because most runs apparently last like 2.5 hours.
I'm fine with that, man.
Well, it's like Hades is barely an hour.
Yeah, Hades is. I played that for, I don't know, 60 to 80 hours. Mm-hmm. And it became a grind at the end of just trying to unlock the story moments, just because
you gotta die.
It's not that interesting as a roguelike, because it doesn't have as much variation in environments and enemies and weapons as other roguelikes do. So, screw you, Hayden. Nah, I like Hades. I mean, I put, I don't know, on average 70 hours into it, so clearly I like it, but I don't know.
You have your gripes.
I'll probably like Returnal more, just because I like that faster pace, baby.
It plays really well. It handles really well. But I played a little bit of that. I haven't opened... So I got Resident Evil around the same time I got my second shot for COVID, and I was out for the count for Resident Evil, so I haven't even played it. I've been meaning to.
Dude, I unlocked I have infinite ammo for the Magnum. It feels good just blasting your way through that game. So, second favorite Resident Evil game.
Because I tend not to watch any trailers, because Capcom just gives everything away in the trailers. I did, in passing, I did saw one character. Heisenberg. Yeah. Is he cool?
Yeah, he's like a Metal Gear villain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of flamboyant and just like, and he's got like Metal Gear like powers where I wouldn't be surprised if they replace nanomachine magic with mold magic. I'm like, I'm okay with this.
Well, I see that their daughters just Dimitrescu's daughters are just flying away using the same.
It's the pain, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
This might be why it's my second favorite Resident Evil game, because it is Resident Evil Metal Gear.
They go more fantasy in this one.
I like it a lot. Yeah. Just because each section is it's different and refreshing, and they keep you on your toes, and it's exciting.
I'm probably gonna play after I clean my apartment. I'm probably gonna play some of it tonight.
Do it. Yeah. Back to news after this brief tangent. Remember Hajime Tabata? He was supposed to be the next great Square Enix director. He shipped Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
And then, corporate restructured his team and he left.
Yeah.
His new game is coming out June 29th or 24th. I can't remember. June 24th. It is the official Paralympics tie-in game called the Pegasus Dream Tour. It's going to be available on iOS and Android, and I think that's super cool that he's making this game that's like a Paralympics tie-in game. Right on, man.
Yeah. The only
representation is important, and he's doing something cool with it, with his studio JP Games.
The only thing I know from the Paralympics in Japan is that Araki made a nice little piece to commemorate it.
Nice.
And he looks sick, because anything that man does is kind of sick.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't have any gameplay details. There's a trailer for it, but it just shows cool stuff happening. I imagine it's going to be just a bunch of little mini games for different events, like a Mario and Sonic at the Olympics thing. But
it's on your phone, isn't it? Or
I don't know, like a WarioWare. Like I'm tapping to get my dude across the racetrack. But right on, man.
I'm assuming you're going to be doing this motion a lot for wheelchair antics. I don't know.
Maybe. That's
we'll
assuming.
Yeah.
It makes sense. So we'll see. But
I'm curious. Well, I'm curious to see, and this is not me being sarcastic right now. So I'm curious to see like how disabled friendly that phone game is gonna be. If it's gonna be going for the Paralympics.
It probably has to have some accessibility options and whatnot. It would make sense.
I hope so.
It makes sense because it isn't an official Paralympics Games tie-in. So, Hajime Tabata, I salute you.
Did an okay Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but
they were really gassing up that dude.
Yeah,
they really were gassing him up.
Well, he saved that game from being Nomura madness.
Yeah,
and it never shipping.
Yeah,
he did what he could. I like Crisis Core. Like the story elements in that are fantastic with like the bonds with Zack and the other characters, and that's what sells 15 also. The characters,
character growth and interactions. I think he just based on those two games alone, I think he does amazing, really good job in that story, like overarching story. Not really so much.
No. But I would have loved to see a Final Fantasy game that Tabata was making from the ground up and not dealing with the bones of
somebody else's
shit. But I'm hoping. I mean, it's the Pegasus Dream Tour. It's a great concept, great game. I support it. It's not exactly what I want from that specific creator based on his previous work, and I hope we get there eventually. As long as he's happy, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Because we're getting Final Fantasy 16, baby.
Oh my god.
Yoshi P. Yoshi P and Business Unit 3. The least exciting studio name.
I am excited to play Devil May Cry with Dragoons.
Me too.
That's what's gonna be?
Me too.
Yeah.
And with Yoshi P, you know it's gonna have a great story.
It's gonna have a great story. I think... Who's doing the music, have they said?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll look that up later.
Maybe Soken. I mean, he's...
I know a huge chunk of the 14 team is working on 16.
Yeah. It's gonna be great, dude.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. And a big name. Well, I kept thinking it was... don't they have like a big guy from the Devil May Cry combat team?
Yeah, one of the lead designers.
Look
it up in a past episode. We've talked about it. But yeah, they poach talent from Devil May Cry. So the combat will be better than 15 for sure.
Let me get a parry.
Yes. Looks like we'll get that. You know, if I could crank up the difficulty so it feels more like Devil May Cry, I will. It's something with I did on Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is I cranked up the difficulty so it felt more like an action game. But the base systems of that game do not support that level of combat.
Terra kinda does, just because it's more lent to that, but kinda is the highest it can go.
The with how it has kind of fixed animations, you can't cancel stuff. It's because they have passive abilities built in there to compensate for it. It's like, hey, there's a couple abilities where you could survive a hit that would kill you normally.
There's no canceling. It's just
can't support that.
It's a low linking.
Yeah,
it's just like you're doing this animation code. You're gonna commit to it. You're gonna use this ability because it links well with this one.
Yeah. So I'm hoping you could get more of a full-on action game, but they have said in the past that will support RPG fans who aren't into combat. But you know what?
That's news for maybe 2 years.
Final Fantasy 14, 16, baby, gets me all wet. And this is a shiny episode because I'm wet right now. It's hot. I'm sweating. Man.
It's disgusting.
The weather jumped like 20 degrees overnight, man. I'm cool with a cold May. I finally had to take off my long johns today.
If it gets over 60 degrees, I kind of die.
Yeah.
I'm a hairy brown man. I don't do well in this kind of weather.
Which is crazy. Our people are from like a hotter, more humid temperature. Like how the fuck did...
I don't know, but I can tell you my chest is all curly and nasty right now.
Dude, it's bananas. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't grow up in the old country. I'm glad I wasn't born there, man.
I did. It sucked.
Yeah, it's a fucking monsoons and just humidity, man.
Going to the outhouse to go take a crap, you find a snake in the toilet. It's like, never mind. I'm not going to do that anymore.
I could hold the poop in for
I'm gonna make a hole and just shit in there, and then the next morning the pig is gonna eat it because that's what they do.
Because
do you watch any of the Overwatch thing?
Overwatch League?
Yeah.
No, but
me either.
I'm 5th anniversary event and it's happening in Overwatch right now, which it's exciting. I always tune into Overwatch for an event because of new skins, and this is the best batch of skins in a while.
My girl Sombra looks like they finally get a cat girl Sombra.
Yeah, she's like Sombra's.
I didn't know I needed that, but now I know.
Oh, yeah. When's the last time you've played Overwatch?
It was before they announced the healer Baptiste.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yes,
it's been a while.
Inside.
Yeah, but Sombra is my favorite DPS to play, and she has a skin that makes her into Catwoman. And then one of my favorite healers, Moira, she has a skin that turns her into Poison Ivy.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, yeah, it's a very exciting time to be an Overwatch fan. This 5th anniversary, and also the trailer is just fun, and it plays on, like, the 5 years of just fond memories of Overwatch.
Blizzard does know how to...
Because I haven't played this in months, and
they know how to sell a game. They know how to sell you a game.
And just playing this for the skins again, like, I forgot, like, oh, this game is super fun to play. I love this game. I remember why I've kept it... This is why I've kept it installed on my PC for 5 years, because it is fun.
The community is just fucking toxic.
Yeah. Every online community is toxic.
Final Fantasy 14
is great.
Good.
14
is great. Like, I think the worst thing I've ever heard from anybody saying to me was, like, you don't pay my sub.
Yeah. Like, the most stink I've seen is just, like, someone was giving advice, and even, like, on, like, a boss, and even then, a lot of it was just subtext of, like, this person seems frustrated. There's nothing overtly mean. It's just like...
You can just hear the frustration.
Yeah, just like, do this, do this, do this. Just do it. Just like, this guy's frustrated. Like, I can tell.
I love it. Well, yeah, I don't know what it was. Oh, yeah, my friend stopped playing, and then I didn't have that much fun playing with randos, because I think I really liked doing for a while was throwing rent games, because I thought that was fun. That's fun.
Yeah. You.
Yeah. Yeah, like my friends and I would just like get on Discord, like, hey, do you guys want to throw some games? It's like, yeah, let's do it. So we just go join
you
rank.
Bastard.
What's
you
fun?
Bastard. You know what's wrong with the Overwatch community?
Probably.
And also they had a stream, I think today, where they talked about the PvP elements of Overwatch 2. Right now, I'm being alarmist and reactionary of just like, hey, fuck you, Overwatch 2. They're switching it from 6v6 to 5v5, and only one tank.
Only one tank. They're also going to be as brawlers, apparently 2 DPS.
2 DPS, 2 support, and they're also making tanks more aggressive and more versatile, which...
They're going to be more bullet sponges this time around.
Yeah. They so some of the changes they've talked about, Winston is getting an alt fire that'll give him some range, kind of like how Zarya has her short range beam and then like a projectile for a longer range, which is cool. Winston should have had something like that.
But I feel like it will... as long as he still has his leap and stuff like that, will still have his identity as a tank.
Yeah, Zarya, instead of just having a bubble for herself and a bubble for teammates, she has 2 bubble charges. So now you could bubble yourself and bubble a teammate, or you could bubble 2 teammates, or you could just save your bubble to bubble yourself twice in a row or whatever. So that's cool. That's a nice change. It's more versatility.
One thing I saw that came down is apparently Mei doesn't freeze anymore. Yeah.
That fundamentally changes everything about her.
Yeah. Yeah, like one of my friends was really angry. It's like, no freeze, no buy.
Mei needs tweaks, but that is too drastic.
If she keeps her walls, she still has an no she doesn't.
If not freeze, at least keep the slowdown element. You know, because you could still have Mei as a DPS, but kind of like has that having a support role of just debuffing and slowing down. like quicker people rather than just freezing them out right after a time. But just getting rid of the freeze completely. That's insane. You're insane. This is why Jeff Kaplan left.
It takes
really, but...
it takes away her identity. It's just like, oh, she just has ice powers, and
yeah, it's just theming of.
She's the DPS that hits in blue.
Yeah, and has a utility wall.
Curious to see what they're gonna do with a robot girl, because that
Echo?
robot. Yes, because that. Her reveal actually kind of made me want to go back and play it.
She's interesting.
Good. What's her deal?
I don't have a handle on her.
Okay,
I haven't played her a lot. Her primary attack is similar to a shotgun, where it's like a spread projectile, but it's only 3.
Okay.
She has a beam weapon that the lower someone's HP is, the more damage it does.
She's also an aerial character, right?
Yeah, she can fly like Farah. And also she has these sticky bombs that are good for melting shields.
Okay.
Which, if they're going to, with the tank changes they're making for Overwatch 2, it seems like it's going to be less shield focus, so they're going to have to make a lot of tweaks.
Yeah.
Because they're fundamentally changing how the game plays.
And some tanks are just going to have to be completely revamped, because if they're going to be less shield focused, then that means, Winston's going to play it. Winston's going to be playing different. Yeah. Something with Zarya.
The main thing that I
what would Torbjorn's going to do then?
We'll see.
Yeah.
It's a big we'll see with these changes. A big thing that I didn't like, why I'm worried about this, is what I didn't like about when they changed D.Va, how she played. Like, they gave her the missiles, they nerfed her shield, or whatever it's called, her defense matrix. Because I liked being a tank D.Va. And they just, with those offensive changes they made to her, they made her into a fat harasser, which is fun.
But that's
granted, but that isn't what I liked about.
That's why you have Roku for.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but we'll see. Overwatch 5th anniversary. I'm enjoying it right now, playing it. I'm gonna use, if I don't get it by the end of the event, I will use my gold to buy the Catwoman outfit.
Did Reaper got anything cool?
No,
because the only DPSs I know how to play are Sombra and Reaper.
The Latino ones.
Yeah. That was extremely by accident. I was just like, oh, I like the Edgelords. It's like, oh, she's stealth. I like the stealth character. I play all the tanks except for Zarya, because I
like Zarya.
I can get it.
She takes the most skill.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely.
Just like knowing when to bubble and just. I'm still working on it, like on the timing, because she is fun to play when you nail it. Like, oh shit, my buddy just got charged by Reinhardt. Let me bubble it before they hit the wall. I've cared to find.
Well, she's a lot more twitchy, which unfortunately I just can't do very well. I've cared to find any kind of like. And I was just talking about trying to be a ninja in Final Fantasy XIV. Anything that has like a rhythm based gameplay, I just can't do. And Zarya just strikes me as a very more reactionary tank than the other ones.
A lot of it is just based off being able to read what the enemy team is doing and just bubbling them right before it happens.
Yeah, that I can't do.
So yeah, I'm working on it. I don't think I'll ever be good at it, because just the amount of time I play isn't enough to like learn the game enough. But yeah, Overwatch. Mildly interested in Overwatch 2.
I'll check it out and throw games.
Yeah. But by the time it comes out, I might be balls deep in Back for Blood, and that's my main multiplayer.
I wish I liked those games. And this guy, I'm just bad at them, and I get self-conscious, and then I just don't play.
Just put in a shotgun and blast people when they get close range. 0 skill.
Okay.
That's what I do. Just
that I can try.
Be a support. Fall into a support role. Just
support shotgun. Support gun.
What else we got? Sticking with shooter news, Warzone. Because member berries are
They're strong.
They're the biggest thing they've been the biggest thing for the past 10 years. Warzone is getting Rambo, John McClane, Nakatomi Plaza. I'll probably check out Nakatomi Plaza.
I would like to see an infographic of like the age group of people that play games like Warzone and Mortal Kombat. Because I want to see how many of them are like born like they were born like in the 80s or so, because they're really
Gen Xers and
they're really showing on those.
A 30 and up audience for sure. Because
that's Rambo in 2 like modern games.
Yeah.
Aside from his modern game that sucked.
It ties in with like his the full title, Black Ops Cold War. Takes place in the 80s, so it makes sense. But again, I don't care for these tie-ins, man. That's part of why I don't like NetherRealm. Half the hype of a NetherRealm game is the tie-ins. Like the gameplay is ass as far as I'm concerned. I don't like playing them.
If you're gonna play a horror fighting game, just play Terror Dome. I think it does it better.
Yeah, they just feel stiff. And games feel stiff to me.
Yeah.
They don't feel... The gameplay systems never feel thought out, because in every NetherRealm game, like, oh, surprise, surprise, the one with the most projectiles is top tier. Whether it be Aaron Black, Deadshot, because they don't balance it. And how they balance it, half the characters have teleport moves.
I feel like the movement options is really what hurts their games. Because I like their mechanics. I think their mechanics are decently thought out, but they just get hurt by the movement options not being there.
Because, well... You either you spam projectiles, or your character has a teleport move, because we can't think of other moves to get through the projectiles, which is
stone or you die. I mean, if Street Fighter figured it out, then Overwatch can figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, you just have a move that goes under it or through it, or
Super
you have
armor.
an air dash.
Super armor projectiles.
Exactly, man.
Something.
Fucking Megaton fist. Go through
that got. Hammerfall got.
They're still good though.
Potemkin
is still good.
He could be gooder.
He's not broken.
I know.
Get the hell out of here. We'll get to that talk later.
We will.
But Warzone, I've moved on to Apex just because the change in the skybox color palette of Warzone was just depressing, and I've played that game for, I don't know, a lot. So I just need a change of pace going to Apex, but I'll play a couple rounds just to check out Nakatomi Plaza. Hopefully they made the color palette a little bit brighter, because they have bombastic characters like Rambo and McClane in it.
They won't, because they have to be realistic.
Well, if they're changing the map and putting Nakatomi Plaza in there, it's easy to change the skybox.
I would like to see...
Make it less beige and brown.
I would like to say Snake from
Warzone.
Escape from New York.
He's probably gonna happen. Season 4.
I would like to see him in there.
Snake Plissken?
Yeah.
I'll do it, man. I'll check out Snake Plissken, man. I'm not gonna buy these skins. No, they're like $25. Fuck that.
I will spend the $25 just to have it.
Snake Plissken? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. See, I bought... $20 is the most I'll spend on a free-to-play game, and that's gotten me through Warzone. I bought like a season pass and a skin with the leftover, and then I've gotten enough like credits each season to buy the next season pass.
25 is my cutoff, because that tends to be like a lot of like of those games like Sweet Spot. They're like 20 or just for $24.99, so I just might as well.
Well, especially if like I
still haven't done Fortnite.
Top 3%er in Warzone.
Still?
Well, as long as I don't touch my stats ever again, I'll stay there. So that's kind of why I'm like, let's go out on top. Which again, saying top 3% in Warzone when it's a massive player base, I'm like, okay, I'm there with 3 million other people. Cool.
3 million of the goodest people.
Yeah. Well, some of them, I looked at the top 1%. It's like, are you playing this full time? You must be. This is the only... You're either playing with a bunch of cheats on, or you're playing this game full time, because those numbers are untouchable.
Jesus.
I don't think I could even get to like 2%. Because my number of wins, it's not impressive, but I think like I'm consistently getting there.
I was gonna say, how do you get ranked? Is it just like your?
I think it's like, I don't know. I haven't looked at the stats, but my Warzone. I think I was looking at Warzone wins, of just, I don't know, top 3%, baby.
Anyways,
yeah, Warzone. I'll check you out. I still haven't uninstalled that. I'll dip back in. Why not?
If next BlizzCon makes it in, I'll re-download it and buy him.
Fuck that. John Carpenter himself shows up in the game.
Yeah, he's a fan, isn't he?
I don't know if he plays games. I don't know if he plays Warzone.
Okay, because I know he liked Halo when he came out. Like, I think I saw an interview or a tweet going like, Halo, best fucking game ever, or something like that.
Get the fuck out of here, John Carpenter. If that's your favorite game ever, fuck you. Your movies are shit. No, I love the Thing.
You don't mean that.
The Thing is a top 10 movie for me. Mouth of Madness.
That's one of super underlooked and
which is the one with the goop.
Yeah.
No, there's a movie
Thing?
with the no. There's a movie with like a goop and the goop's like Satan or something. And it's making zombies or it's something in it. It's the middle movie of his like apocalypse trilogy. That The Thing is the first one. The Mouth of Madness is the last one. There's one in between. We'll look it up afterwards. Yeah. It's not important right now. But sticking with the shooter train, did you love playing Timesplitters 20 years ago?
I loved watching my cousin play it.
Okay.
Because I didn't have the console, but they did.
Those fuckers didn't let you play? Didn't hand you the controller?
No, why would they?
Oh, what? Your cousins are dicks, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
They thought I was a little gay kid, so they wouldn't let me play their games. They were halfway right.
But yeah, Timesplitters, it's a great okay boomer shooter. Because that's the thing. The game's 20 years old now.
People that care about us our age.
Yeah, like 30 and up. Mm-hmm. Love Timesplitters. Timesplitters 2, it's one of the best FPS campaigns.
I'm confusing Timesplitters with Psychonauts.
Oh, okay. Then fuck Psychonauts. I don't give a shit about Psychonauts.
Yeah, I know Timesplitters.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
Fuck's your problem? What the fuck is your problem?
There's always.
I'm sorry, you don't like fun? You don't like time traveling adventures and shooting wacky enemies?
I like Dino Crisis.
Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Well, Timesplitters is coming back.
Yeah. Most of the original team, or if not,
yeah, most of the original team. Publisher Deep Silver is bringing it back. The name of the studio is coming back. Free Radical Design, with a lot of the lead developers back in. You know what? I'm like we've talked about member berries, and I'm all for just let it die, let it end. But I'll check this out because, you know what, man? Timesplitters is fun. They can't fuck it up too badly.
Talking about member berries, when they announced the trailer, when I saw the trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2, I was just like, why? Like I was excited first for the whole trailer, and then they revealed
member berries, man. It's a weird prequel, then open world, and you make your own character.
Yeah.
Or it has, in terms of design, has absolutely nothing to do with Beyond Good and Evil.
Nope.
Except like, hey, remember this character? They're back. And that's it. The world is completely different.
I was excited for the trailer because it looks sick, and then it's like, oh yeah, this is Beyond Good and Evil. Like, oh.
It's gonna be a social game too. But yeah, member berries, Timesplitters. Here's the thing, just give me an HD remaster for Timesplitters 2, and I'll be happy. But if we're getting this new game also, like, whatever. Hopefully it's on par with...
Talking about HD remasters, I'm getting sick of those too, to be honest.
I'm okay with it.
Well, I'm a little torn. I'm sick of them, because it's always the games that do not, I feel like, deserve a second look through. It's always the games that were like lyrically acclaimed, and they don't know what to publish in the middle of the dead season. So they just pull up an HD remaster.
Hey,
I feel if it was
Mass Effect Legendary Edition available now from every retailer.
Okay, so from what I heard from my buddy, Mass Effect 1 is actually really fun now.
Really different. Yeah, it's really different.
Because they finally put in a bunch of like quality of life changes, and now the guns actually like handle well and actually plays well.
That's the thing though with because I know my buddy who liked Mass Effect back in the day.
For stuff like that, I don't mind an HD remaster. Like things like Nier, I don't mind. I like remakes and HD remaster because I feel like those games like that deserve a second chance because of X, Y, and Z. Most of these, like the game was already solid. It already did. It was ready to acclaim. Like, I'm more than likely ready to play it. Why have a second look through it? Just because he runs faster. Oh.
Yeah, this thing with I don't know. Yeah, I like Mass Effect. I'm not going to revisit it.
Yeah.
But I will. How do you feel about a Last of Us remake? No. I'm going to get it, probably. Just because I haven't played The Last of Us 1 since it originally came out. And by the time the remake comes out, why the fuck not, man? Why not? If it's if it's $70, go fuck yourself, Sony. But I'll play it for $40.
Given for remakes, it might be $50 because the Miles Morales version is $50.
Because the thing is with the Last of Us remake, it's not even really it's more remaster. It's just their update. Well, supposedly, because it's still in the rumors, Last of Us remake, it's all still the same performances and whatnot and environments. They're just updating, I don't know, models, textures, lighting. And like they might
ray tracing. I think is one of the things they're talking about.
They might incorporate some of the gameplay elements from 2 into 1, but
as much as I love that sequence where you play Ellie and you're sneaking through the whole cannibal camp, like one of my favorite sequences of like the PlayStation 3 era altogether. I already experienced it. Why?
See, I'm okay with it because I didn't buy the remaster. I haven't played it since 2013. So I am okay with it happening. I'm not for it. I'd rather than make exactly.
Yeah, make the new thing.
But supposedly this is kind of like how they use The Last of Us remaster for the team to get adjusted to PS4 development. Supposedly this is occurring to get the team adjusted to PS5 development.
Isn't that
while the creative team? Because right now, supposedly, again, all rumor. Supposedly this is just something to keep the team working on something while the creative team is working on pre-production and planning for the next game. So if this, because as long as this doesn't interrupt whatever they do next, I'm fine with it. But
I mean,
I'd always rather get a new game. But
I rather do brand new game, brand new experience. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was one of those suckers that bought the Shadow of the Colossus PS4 edition.
Yeah,
because it looks sick. It's like that's what I thought it looked like.
I bought the collector's edition. Never opened it because I was like, I don't want to taint my memories of Shadow of the Colossus with this different lighting and color palette. And then I was able to, since it was still sealed, I was able to sell the collector's edition for a profit.
Oh hell yeah!
I miss it though. I think about playing it.
At least it's great.
Yeah, but with Sony releasing more exclusives on PC, like Days Gone just came out on PC. I'm hoping they release Shadow of the Colossus.
I would like to see that because I would like to see the fun mods that people came up with, and I would just like to see all the
Titans holding giant dildos or Thomas the Tank Engine.
I would like to see actually like somebody to get rid of one of the Titans and just put like just model swap it for like March from The Simpsons, and instead of like the noises that they do or anything, it's just like homie. Yes, mods, baby. What else did I write down? We got? Free Summer Game Fest, man. Festival season kicking off soon, June 10th. Jeff Keighley's Summer Game Fest, the kickoff event happening June 10th.
2 days before E3 starts, with a performance by Weezer.
All the small
Get the fuck
things.
out of here. I also don't care for Weezer. I've seen them once in a mall parking lot.
You sure it wasn't just 4 white dudes?
I mean, it could have been.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Imagine Dragons. I'm scared that I will run into Imagine Dragons one day and just never noticed.
But yeah, it was... I'm not a fan of Weezer.
One of my toxic traits is that I really like Pinkerton.
Yeah, dude, Weezer was solid, but then it feels like they're still trying to make music for 14-year-olds. And we're in our 30s now, so it doesn't appeal. It doesn't click as much, man. But I tell you, those goddamn half Japanese girls. Every time.
It's just
every time. Ah!
They should revisit it and switch it for these TikTok e-girls or something. I don't know.
But yeah,
he'll come out with something creepy again.
I'm dumb. She's a lesbian.
Yeah.
Thought she was gonna be the one.
It's funny because apparently, according to the story, she was just helping she was actually straight, but she was helping the GS alliance, the gay straight alliance in his college.
Just because someone's rocking out a flag or something doesn't mean they're of that persuasion. Yeah. Rivers, okay? People can be allies. You can be an ally instead of being a weird creep pining over an ally.
Oh, look at me, I'm a little soft boy with fingered glasses like me. My guys like you. What's up?
Pink triangle on her sleeve. Oh, that angst, man. That preteen, tween angst. Good times, man. I'm excited for the Keigleys. I'm pro Keighley.
It's boring, but like, who cares? He's out there to present video games. I don't need him to be any more exciting. I'd much rather have a straight boring man than
the fake hype guys.
Exactly.
Like Greg Miller, I said fake hype guys. Like Greg Miller isn't fake hype. He's genuinely that enthusiastic. Because I used to listen to. He used to host IGN's PlayStation podcast before he blew up, and he's always been that guy, just an enthusiastic guy. But like, I just want regular guy energy sometimes. Yeah. It's like I don't.
Like I'm already hyped for this thing. I don't need somebody
else's hype. I just want somebody with a smirk. Like, we got Reggie coming out. And then
he's your uncle that he gives you a present. He's almost there. Like.
Also, his Final Hours series is where he just goes. He embeds himself with developers and just gets that story of like the development process. He's really solid, man. He's a solid journalist. People give him shit because like Dorito Pope or whatever. But he used to work for major outlets. You have to fucking... Yeah. Where do you think money comes... It comes from advertising, you dumbass shits. Now he's independent, and now he
can do whatever.
Yeah. He's just buddies with...
Kojima.
Yeah, he's just buddies with, like, major publisher figures, and, like, he gets announcements and advertising from them. Like, we're no longer getting Mountain Dew and Doritos ads, but we're just getting ads for, like, the next division or whatever, and that's better.
When people say gaming journals, he instantly comes into my mind, because when it comes to like journalism in gaming, like he does represent very well compared to like what we have this toxic idea of a gaming journalist. It's not, I can't beat the tutorial in Cuphead. It's like, hey, I'm actually giving you news. I'm delving deep into this. I actually have my sources backing up those sources.
Like a gaming journalist is different from a pro gamer, and people conflate the two. It's just like, no, this person likes games and they know how to write.
Exactly.
It's different from someone who's good at games, and like it's not like a ninja or whatever, but you don't have ninja writing reports on stuff.
Let me tell you, man, when my braless wife brought me that sandwich, which I didn't ask for, just made my day.
What are you talking about?
Are you serious?
Is this a Twitch thing?
So
I don't follow Twitch at all.
So
is this a ninja thing? Dr. Disrespect?
Ninja just put up like a tweet that he deleted because people just dunking on him. He was just like, I was carrying this game of League of Legends, and then my brother's wife comes over, bring me a sandwich with chips, which I didn't ask for, and then I got 2 kills in the lane and finished the game. How's your day been? And everyone just dunked on him, and it was great.
How are they doing that? I mean, that's a fun tweet.
Somebody,
he's clearly joking.
I never met somebody.
It's like
that's married that I know for a fact that he has had sex at one point. That exudes virgin energy like him.
He's weirdly. I wouldn't be surprised if he was Mormon or something weird like that. Just because he's like, I don't stream with women because it would be disrespectful to my wife. Like, because he's weird. Like, I don't have anything against him.
I do. I hate him.
He'd probably be fine to hang out with in person.
No, I will just not like him. I will just, who's coming? Like, if he asked me to be like, yo, Carlos, you want to come over and hang out? I'd be like, who else is coming? Oh, Jeffree Star, no.
Who's that guy? I don't know.
Jeffree
I don't
Star?
know these people.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know these people.
You don't like...
I don't partake in that lifestyle because I think it's very lame.
It is
very
lame.
I would rather be playing games than watching people play games. I would rather be playing games and enjoying it and being in the moment rather than streaming it and talking to people while I'm playing a game.
I'm with you. I am unfortunately no of these people against my will.
Against your will. People are strapping you to a chair and you gotta watch.
I am plugging in, selling people games, and they're like,
yo,
have you checked this out? I was like, yeah.
It's primarily younger people, right? People our age aren't doing it.
It's everybody.
I get being lonely and supporting a Patreon or something.
They're not your friends.
They're not your friend. I'm not talking to them.
I'm your friend.
Yeah. I'm not your friend. If you want to hit me up on Twitter,
fuck you.
At Game Center USX, hit me up. You. We'll chat, but maybe we'll get along. But I'm not your friend. You're not my friend. I mean, maybe eventually we meet up in person. We chill. We vibrate. Cool, man.
I'm your friend, just mostly because I tend to enjoy most people and get along with most people.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I think I'm a little, I can be prickly, but I think I'm fairly affable.
Anyways, moving on, because we're just talking shit about Ninja.
Yeah.
Which I'm super fine with.
Ninja is okay.
No, he's not. I don't like
He's fine. I don't get why people like him as much as they do.
Yeah.
But he's doing his thing. He's having a good time. People are having a good time with him, so that's...
I hope he has a bad time.
I don't know. As long as he's not a diddler, rock on, man. Rock on. It's not as long as you're not pro Jared and soliciting pics or whatever. Rock on, dude.
I was gonna say rock out with your cock out, but then you brought pro Jared. Oh well.
Yeah.
Have you seen his dick?
No.
Okay,
I've seen Pete Wentz's dick, Brett Favre's dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know the major dicks.
Yeah.
Again, like YouTuber, streamer dick. That's not my circle.
Once again, so against my will, I was just trolling. It's like, oh, that's his dick.
Maybe if JonTron whips his dick out, I'll check it out. I mean, fuck JonTron.
Racist little wiener.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking about how brown people are coming to this country and like attacking his culture. Bitch, you ain't white. Yeah. You ain't white. Your parents aren't from this country either. Fuck off, JonTron. Go back to Iran, bitch. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Nothing against Iranians.
Just JonTron specifically.
Just JonTron specifically.
Yeah.
He is Iranian, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's Iranian. If he's not, sorry to all people from Iran.
Anyways, moving on. I don't think you can.
But fuck JonTron.
Fuck JonTron.
That's the bottom line. Fuck JonTron. Yeah, you brown bitch. Complain about other brown people. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Fucking coconut ass bitch.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Summer Game Fest. Fuck Weezer.
Yeah.
Fuck JonTron. But we'll get it. Have you checked out all the buzz with FGC right now? With Strive Beta, the fighting game glossary.
I checked some of the stuff out. It is intense. It is lovely.
It's beautiful, man.
It is a nice little thing because I had to I had to explain 2 peas and a biscuit to somebody, and it was just weird.
I don't know that term. But check it out. Glossary.infil.net. Infilament, a member of the FGC, made the fighting game glossary. You'd go there, check it out. Because a big thing with fighting games, people think they're hard to learn. They're just like impenetrable language, which I don't think it's no more harder than any other, like a MOBA or anything.
The big problem...
It's a nice tool that's available for people if they want to get into fighting games, and it's great. I donated $10 to him because it's like, yeah, man, right on. You're just doing this, putting this out there for free, this resource for people to get into the fighting game community. I support what you're doing. You're doing God's work in filament.
What I really like is like the examples that I show are just very clean and cut. There's no this kind of looks like a mess up, or this kind of looks like a crossover. Like, this is a crossover. This is a mix up.
And they'll have links for terms that they're using in there. That'll just... It doesn't take you to a separate page. It'll bring up the other definition under the main thing you're looking at. It'll have gameplay video to support what's talking about.
It is a proper glossary. And it's just like you're saying, it's doing God's work. Because one of the big things that you said earlier, like fighting games just feel very impenetrable. That huge chunk of it is because it just comes from a lot of like grassroots efforts. So we have developed our own language. Yeah, and it's scary to get into.
People
sometimes.
Talking shit in an arcade, like, and that shorthand, like something. What's plus? What's minus mean?
What does disjointed mean? What does disjointed hitbox means? Like all that stuff is, it's scary to get into. It's hard to understand, and sometimes, especially with the FGC, because we are a passionate bunch.
We can be prickly. Yeah, like even
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, I say we. I'm barely part of it. I don't play fighting games at all.
I play. I'm more in it in the community as I tried to be an organizer when I moved to Chicago, so I tried to do a little bit of that. I'm trying to get back into playing because Strive is really good. That's really wanted to be the game that gets me back into it.
Yeah, so check out the fighting game glossary if you have interest in fighting games. Link in the description below, baby. Oh. And also the Guilty Gear Strive second open beta was last weekend. Senpai didn't have time to play it. He's a little punk bitch. I
was a little punk bitch. I got my second shot of Moderna, and that kind of knocked me out. I was doing fine the second day, the day after, but literally everything I did was exhausting. So if I walked to get my takeout food and come back, I was just exhausted. So I didn't want to play video games.
So I only played for one session. I didn't get as much time with it as I wanted because I thought it ended Sunday, and I thought like, all right, I got all day Sunday to play this. But the beta ended in the AM. Central Time, it ended 10 a.m., which is stupid.
Very.
If you're going to have a weekend beta, why end it on Sunday morning? That's stupid as shit. I know it's night in Japan at that time, but come on, man. Come on, this game's blowing up internationally. Be a little more internationally minded with that little thing. But yeah. Are you familiar with the Leo Gate? Just,
What?
Leo Gate. People just... The sky is falling. They nerfed one move.
They nerf his combo opening, but from my understanding, he's now more fair to play against him because if you got the crossover with his run, that was kind of just over for you. But now it's I love his tools seem to be more. I didn't play the beta. I watch a bunch of people like talk about their mains because my main is Potemkin. If there's a grappler in a fighting game, I'm gonna play the grappler. Like that's who I gravitate towards too.
If there's any woman with bare feet, Ramlethal, baby.
How does she feel?
Good. Yeah, it's so with Guilty Gear Xrd, which is the previous iteration of Guilty Gear, I went from playing Sin to Elfelt and then Ramlethal. And so just last year I was playing Ramlethal. And then playing the Strive version of Ramlethal, I just having to relearn everything.
Because they completely changed it, didn't you?
Just the range of normals, like I'm used to. Alright, shorthand terminology, or if you want to look it up at Find a Game Glossary, do it. Look at your keypad right now, and notice numbers on your keypad. 2, that's down, 5 is neutral, 6 is forwards. And that's how Guilty Gear nomenclature works for directions. So if we say 5P, that means neutral punch. 2K, low kick. So, back in previous Guilty Gears, 2H, too heavy, was like the standard anti-air. So just now that it's not, where 6P is the standardized anti-air now. And just
6P?
6P.
Okay.
Forward punch is the standardized anti-air. So it's tough trying to relearn that.
I thought her swords came out with slash and hit.
Yeah. So you're
okay.
you're not using those swords for anti-air anymore, which is before using 2H, you'd get this giant upward sweep. Now it just kind of like pops up a little bit and has no range.
Okay.
It's anti-air 6P. Just 6P.
The first beta, that thing never hit me because I play Potemkin. He has for people that know, he has a move called Mega Fist that he can go forward and backwards with it. The forward Mega Fist beats that anti-air every single time. And it's great. But you were saying that Ramenthal. Yeah,
Ramenthal, she feels good. Just having to relearn how that character works. She works in a similar way where you just she has big swords you could throw out and just put pressure on, and then you just kind of try and keep them in the corner. Yeah, just trying to get a feel for her. Like last beta, I played exclusively her, but this one I just jumped around to different characters because they have the full roster available in this beta. So I played a bit of Ino, who's a witch with a guitar, and she could fly around and put a lot of pressure.
She's my wife.
Anji Mito, who is a shirtless Japanese dancer with fans. He's fun.
He pretends to be smart. He's actually really dumb.
His whole thing is just getting in your face, putting a lot of pressure on you. Giovanna.
How does she feel?
She feels good. She feels like...
Because in the first one, it felt... When I played Giovanna... I played a little bit of Giovanna in the training room. When I was messing with her a lot. Very simple character. Very simple character to do.
Yes.
Super execution heavy.
I might stick with her because she is dumb and simple. And I had a lot of fun playing her. Just playing her like a Street Fighter or a King of Fighters character.
She feels like a Kami.
Yeah, exactly. She has a cannon spike to close the gap. It goes through projectiles. Like, it even goes through Leo's projectiles, where...
I tend not to do that.
When I was playing Giovanna, my buddy was playing Leo, so that was a fun time both of us trying to figure out new characters for us. Just feels good, man. Yeah. She feels good.
For me, I've always played Soul Bad Guy and always had a pocket Potemkin, but it wasn't until Xrd that I just said, fuck it, Potemkin main. Fuck it, Potemkin main. So for Strive, I wanted to just exclusively play Potemkin. So for the beta, that's all I played. Second one, I wasn't able to check it out, so I just kept watching a bunch of YouTubers like talk about like the main Potemkin. They just talk about him, and my boy FAB,
he's the best Potemkin in the world, baby.
Still rocking it and stuff like that. But I'm seeing him do different things that he used to not do. Instead of doing his 2H to get the damage out, he will do like a 2H and then a burning knuckle. Well, a heat knuckle. Burning knuckle is fucking KOF. Which I found kind of interesting. So I think they nerfed the damage in continuous ones, because if you got a counter hit with Potemkin, you used to just do 2H 2 or 3 times, and that was your damage. You wouldn't even do the anti-aerial one, the anti-aerial grapple. Now you do, apparently, because I think they just don't allow you to link him like that. Apparently his Hammer Fist, which is this charge move that eats one hit, it has 1 hit of armor.
It's his main mobility option.
It used to be neutral. It used to be plus on block, which means if you block the hit, he moved faster than you did, unless you had a move that came out at 6 frames. I want to smaller than 6 frames.
Yeah.
Now it's neutral, so they made him a little more fair, which I'm not. You know what? That's.
But he still has the with how high damage this game is, he still has the most HP, and that goes a long way in this game.
The thing that kills... the thing that kills this character, and kills, I mean, like, the thing that makes him so good is the way that the damage scales. Is like your first hit is the one that matters to get the scaling going. So you can just pot buster.
Oh, yeah.
Do 25% RC, and then just do your combo. Yeah. Which is great, but that's the thing that stinks about having a grappler character. That just playing grapplers, every single grappler character in a fighting game ends up being really decent, and through patches they get mid high tier at the most, just because people want to play their games, and grapplers say no, you don't get to play the game.
Are you invested in the story at all for Guilty Gear?
I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Because I've following this franchise for decades now.
Story doesn't fucking make sense.
I'm heavily invested in the story, and I'm excited because it's the conclusion to this arc that has been going on since 1997, 98.
Because I don't know how you can go, because in Strife, Arya came back. That man ends up being
have you seen the story trailer?
I saw Sato playing on the computer.
Okay, so yeah, with the story in the Xrd series, it kind of teased who the DLC characters are, because their models are made in the game, in the story, like moving around and shit. So just based on the story trailer, it looks like there's a character named Asuka R. Kreutz, also known as Ano Otoko, also known as That Man.
That Man.
Who's kind of been the primary antagonist for the series. And it seems like he'll finally be playable since his model's just
And
there.
we don't use the term That Man as like, that guy over there or whatever. They straight up just refer to him, That Man. Like,
that hoe over there.
That's his name, That Thought.
So, so it looks like, I think he might be in the first season.
God, as long as he doesn't fucking play like Jack O'Lantern.
No. Well, here's the thing. Since Jacko, there's a model for Jacko in the story, like Arya. So Jacko might be in season 1. Similar to how we saw Johnny and fucking Dizzy in the storyline for Xrd Sign, and then they became DLC characters. So I'm excited to see how That Man plays out.
Who would like to see come back?
Testament, dude.
Testament?
Like, towards the end of the Guilty Gear XX series, I was a Soul main, and then I started to branch out and get into Testament, and then,
Will you mind him to be fair, or do you still want the invisible bullshit?
I don't want him to be fair. I don't
I'm saying, like, I want to say, like, the big thing about him being a trap character is, like, you don't get to see his traps. Yeah. You just have to remember him. Would you like to...
If you put, like, a little sprout in the ground just to notify, like
a little cloud and a little, like, blood stain in the little...
Yeah, air. Just have more visibility of it. Like, with Blaze Blue, with Rachel Alucard, you can see where her lightning rods are. So you have to be constantly aware of the space and try not to get moved into it by that character.
So, for people that know, Testament is a trap character. His main playstyle is like he leaves a little thing on the ground, and if you go in that spot, you get hit, and then he comes you off. Or if he puts a little thing on the air. If you move into it, you get trapped and you get hit.
Yeah, his whole thing is just leaving traps around the stage and you trying to pressure them towards the traps and then keep your combos going and just set up more traps and keep that going.
Problem with him, is that you don't get to see where the traps are. You see the motion, you have to remember where that motion happened. You don't have anything calling out there's something going on here.
Whereas Ramlethal and Xrd series, that's how Testament should be, where you can see where the traps are. And she has the similar game plan.
I would like to see Ava to come back. The key girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's interesting. I never had fun playing her. There's like weird resource management.
You have Nago, and apparently, according to my friend, Nago is just not fun to play anymore.
I like him. He's still fun.
Well, apparently with his...
He plays like a Sam Show character, which is fun.
Yeah,
like, I'm playing Halmaru, but Hamaru with cool abilities.
The thing is, with apparently with the second beta, they made his his bite, the main thing that keeps your blood gauge low, more damage.
That's good.
Yeah, but now all the blood moves give you more blood, so you die faster.
Yeah, that is.
So apparently he just got. I don't think they know what to do with that character. I would like to see, and I'm still in this from like Wooly.
Well, the thing is,
Wooly versus
his normals get a buff the more, at least his sword normals, so slash and heavy slash, get a buff the higher his blood meter is. I think if they just reduce the damage rate that you lose when his blood gauge is full, that would be fine. But he also gets. The concept is great. The concept is great. You have that risk reward thing because once his blood gauge is full, he starts losing all his HP.
You have to go sicko mode.
You could revert that. You could end that status by doing one of his specials that he gains in blood mode, which is full screen and it comes out instantly. So yeah, have fun trying to jump in or anything.
The thing is,
your health falls so fast.
The thing is with Nago, whenever you're into sicko mode, you get bigger range. You are locked to normals only. You have no specials.
Yeah.
So it plays out very well. I just don't know what they trying to do with the character, with those being their fixes for the beta, where like every single move that you do gives you more blood, gives you more blood, takes away more blood, and then your bite, which my friend calls the die move, because whenever you do, you just open yourself up if you miss it.
Yeah.
Very curious.
I'm okay if he ends up being a dud though, because Guilty Gear is all about those interesting characters to play. Like Bedman, he's not competitive, but he's an interesting character.
He's insane. Have you seen High Level Bedman?
Yeah,
he's insane. It's insane.
Just a lot of pressure.
Those little deja vu counters.
Yeah, like Bedman is another character who leaves traps, and you just have to time when you act. You have to manually activate the traps. So if you could set it up right, you're putting an immense amount of pressure.
I don't want him to be a dud because I like the idea of a black samurai vampire robot.
I'm okay with a dud, man. It happens in Guilty Gear.
If he wanted to be a dud, I'll happily sacrifice my boy Leo.
It makes it more exciting when you see that one guy with the dud character make it to top 8.
Wait, didn't that happen with Street Fighter with Dan?
Street Fighter 5 is very... Like, all these characters this season are very good. He's got his weird little cancel thing with his taunt.
Rose looks fun from Street Fighter 5, and that's the first time I will say, like, oh, Rose looks like a fun character.
As a old Rival Schools Project Justice fan, I'm buying Akira for sure.
Her brother, it's part of her
Super. Yeah. Is it Super or V-Trigger?
I think it's a V-Trigger.
Okay.
It's Daigo.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
It's going to be great.
I'm curious for who the last character in the season is going to be. If it's another guest character, if it's an awesome guest character, it'll be fun. The thing is, I don't like guest characters.
Yeah, you really don't.
I don't. I'm fine with Akira in there because, in the comics and, the side material, Project Justice Rival Schools takes place in the same universe as Street Fighter, and it's been like that since the inception of the Rival Schools series. So I'm fine with that crossover happening, but I don't know. If Soul showed up as the final Season 5 character, I don't want it. I mean, if it's the right character for that universe, it makes sense.
Who do we have? We have Zangief, Alex.
Yeah, because I don't think we're going to get...
I'm saying
one of their other... Because... Their other franchise characters, like Devil May Cry, Darkstalkers, those are all costumes. So I think...
I would like to see somebody from this Metro City universe.
Which one is that?
It's where Cody and...
Okay.
And the cop lady...
You want Hagar?
Yeah.
Grappler. You want another grappler?
I want a grappler.
You want a grappler. You want Hagar, baby.
I think it'd be cool. Given different gameplay than Zangief, because for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he was just Zangief, but they just didn't want to use Zangief.
Zangief with a
Zangief with a pipe.
With a pipe, yes.
I would like to see Hagar. I think he'd be a fun addition, especially because you have Cody, so he's already the mayor of the city. So like, what is Hagar up to?
Former mayor.
Yeah.
Maybe he becomes congressman.
Maybe he is the No, never mind. I was gonna say president, but
we got president of the world,
yeah,
baby.
We got president of the world.
Gee, but dude.
Actually, bring back Sodom. Don't bring back Sodom.
No one cares about him.
Yeah, nobody does.
I just want to say Sodom. Yang.
No, I'm sick of the
Yan.
twins. I'm sick of the twins.
Yan's the go-to twin. Yeah, I'm talking Yang, man.
I'm sick
Raishin
of the
Mahaken.
twins.
That's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite supers in any fighting game.
I'm sick of the
counter.
I'm just sick of the twins.
I love it. And
they're never fair.
Something that makes Ramlethal and Strive fun. She has a super quick counter special that's like Raishin Mahaken that Yang has for. Oh, they're trying to punch me. As long as I get this input out, I'm beating them and doing a ton of damage to them.
Angie has a counter special, which looks a lot of fun.
It hangs out for such a long time. It's ridiculous.
Well, because that's the thing, right? He's a cross-up character. He's a mix-up character. So it's like you just trying to figure it out. Most of his moves are 50-50. You're trying to figure out where he's coming from.
But it's... They might nerf it.
If they nerf Leo, I can see them nerf Angie.
Everybody got nerfed. Which is, that's fine, I guess. I prefer buff everyone.
I saw
like the Brawl Minus strategy. You ever play Brawl Minus?
No.
Okay. With Smash Brothers, there was the small or Brawl Plus mod.
I know. I played PM a lot.
Okay, but you know of it, just like balancing it.
Yeah.
Brawl Minus, rather than nerfing characters, the motto of Brawl Minus was, if it's broke, keep breaking until it's fixed. So they made every character broken, so everyone was even with who was the band character? Meta Knight?
Yeah.
Was like so they pretty much gave everybody broken moves to be on par with already broken characters. Mm-hmm. Super fun. It was ridiculous.
That's what keeps fighting him around.
Yeah.
Oh, at least being talked about.
Keeps it exciting rather than make everyone weaker, just like make everyone stronger. But with how high damage is in Strive, I imagine you have to have everyone weaker.
They also nerfed the air dash, didn't they? The back air dash.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah,
it does feel like
you got to be aggressive in Guilty Gear. It's all about being aggressive.
The thing is now it does feel like they want you to be more grounded in this game than anything.
Yeah.
That being said, I saw some really sick combos with Saul. Everybody that I've talked to that's done do you play Saul at all this beta?
No, I'm avoiding Saul just because he was my go-to for a decade.
I saw a Tracy combo where he was just walking around back and forward 3 times in the combo, and everybody has told me it's he's the funnest character in the game.
That's what I hear, man.
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
Kai actually looks not basic, and all you have to do.
He'll always be basic. He's the Shoto.
He is the Shoto.
He'll have the fireball. He has the uppercut.
He has the slide, but the thing is. They gave him a dragon install that doesn't end, and now they gave him a fun little thing with the stun.
Yeah.
So he's less basic, and he actually really like his design.
Also, his dragon install is interesting too, just because.
Just makes electrical stuff better, right?
Everything's buffed, but his meter gain is shit. So you better use it at a point where you don't need to Roman cancel or do a super. You better be clutch with it and just be able to close the deal without having to use meter for combo. Again, but they may have tweaked that. I haven't checked out Kai. Kai and Soul I'm avoiding mainly because they're the staple bread and butter characters.
They're the Cobra Boys.
Yeah, exactly. And I used to play them a lot and I've had my fill. Yeah. Let's get weird. Weird. Let's get Elfeld
Bring
back.
back
Let's get dude.
I actually would like to see Kumhei back.
No.
He's fun.
Seeing his combos in top 8s where you just kick you on the wall and back, play fucking racquetball.
That's what Soul did in Double X and X Core. Just sidewinder the shit out of you.
And I didn't play a lot of Plus R.
Fair. Basically, his gameplay was I'm gonna grab you, punch you in the air, sidewinder loop. 3 times.
Which is the whole thing of like some of the tweaks they made with the XX iteration was to get rid of the dust loop. It's just like, well, you're not hitting dust anymore. You're using something else. You're using a motion input in the air rather than
the thing would like to see, even though as a grappler player I should spice it, I would like to see another zoner. I would like to
rather than just Axel.
Yeah, I would like to see a projectile zoner. So I would like Venom to come back.
I like Venom too.
Yeah, because the thing is with him, you can play him as a projectile zoner. You can play him as a projectile rushdown. Yeah, which is how I like to play him.
Where you have the threat of the balls and then you just rush in there.
And luckily, the nice thing about that kind of gameplay with him is like you just have to remember about 2 balls. Because the two, like, I want to say like K and P are the ones that actually like pull up most of your game plan.
Yeah.
You worry about H and S you have them up, that way you can just have them up, but P and K are your baby girls. Plus he's kind of integral to the story considering we have Melia and Zato in it.
He's fine. You're fine without. There are other characters I'd rather have back. Like, especially with story-based stuff, like Alfelt, Sin, they gotta be back, man. I want my kids. I've been playing Papa. I played Papa Soul for 10 years. I want his kids.
You want the shit kids?
I want the shit kids. We got Ramlethal in. Let's get the other 2 kids in there. I want to give them a big hug.
I'd rather have Raven.
Raven. Yeah. I never got the hang of Raven. I didn't play him a lot.
He was not fair in the first patch.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Now he's decent.
A lot of fighting game character, like DLC characters when they first launched.
Well, no, like he has a. Do you play a lot of Second Impact and Third Strike?
Mainly Third Strike.
Okay.
I've barely played Second
Impact. He had a very fun Sean situation where like he was the best character like in one patch, and then they released
his worst
like,
character.
He wasn't the worst, but he was playable, and so he was like a high mid tier. But like I believe his game plan just like changed.
Yeah, well, shit. Kazunoko, who's one of my favorite fighting game players, was consistently in top 8s with Raven. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah. Fucking you knew how to play.
Exactly. Kazunoko, man. Mm-hmm. Love that guy. Anybody who's a multi-game, like player. Pro, I'm all about him because it's way harder to dedicate yourself to 2 different games.
Justin Wong, Sonic Fox.
Kazunoko, baby. Yeah, well, the thing is, if you play Marvel, you also play Street Fighter.
Yeah. Talking about Marvel and Street Fighter, have you checked out the Power Ranger fighting game?
No.
Them bringing Ryu and Chun-Li makes me wanna check it out.
Check it out,
From
baby.
my understanding,
I hear it's like MVC3.
From my understanding, it's MVC and everything but name. Like you have your Virgil, you have your Shotos, your Soners.
Yeah. MVC3 pros consulted on the game.
But
they even
the
have
snappiness of it.
They even have cable in the game.
They do fucking have cable.
Yeah, man. The thing is, well, I'll never check it out.
I just need to check the roster. I need to find out who the grappler is, and then I'll check it out.
I'll never check it out because
it's $30.
Well, I prefer 2-man tags, man. Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
Oh, that was so fun.
And then MVC Infinite. I just prefer how those played and feel over having a team of 3 like in MVC 3, MVC 2, Dragon Ball Fighters. I don't like them. It's too much. It's too much. Too much.
I already have trouble keeping up with one character fighting game.
Keep it easy breezy. You know, don't work it rough. Just keep it easy. Keep it easy. You work up.
Keep it easy.
Keep it easy. Keep it easy.
Anything else? I got nothing.
Yeah, well, so back to stuff I've been playing. We mostly covered stuff you played earlier, but one thing that I want to go out on: Valkyria Chronicles 4. Have you played that game? Valkyria Chronicles series at all?
I was getting confused. This is the Anime World War II.
I played,
I think 1. or 2.
2 is on the PSP.
I had so I didn't play 2.
Okay.
I played 1 where a mission was a railgun that you have to get like beat.
It's on yeah.
Yes, I couldn't get through that. That's the one that broke me. I just couldn't beat it. I ended up watching the rest of the story.
It's my favorite SRPG franchise.
Really?
I think so. Mainly 1 and 4. So half. They're batting 500. Mainly because Final Fantasy Tactics, I haven't played the third one, and Advance is too not like original Tactics. So pound for pound. Because Valkyria Chronicles used to be like a top 10 game for me. And then 4 came out, and it does the things that the first game does, but they add in more elements, and I think they do it better than the first game, so I kicked that out of my top 10 and replaced it with 4. But yeah, that game came out, 3-4 years ago? I think 4 years ago at this point. I've had it on my PC since then. Yeah, well, I got the Platinum Trophy and whatnot. Okay. And then DLC came out for it, where you team up with the characters from the first game for like a side mission. And I always thought, I'll get around to that DLC eventually. Cut to 2017. From 2017 to 2021, I finally got around to that DLC. Played those couple missions, and it felt good coming back to those characters. Felt good revisiting the Valkyria Chronicles 4 characters.
The same voice actors?
Yeah, well, no.
No?
At least 2 of the voice actors from... Because since they bring back Valkyria Chronicles 1 characters, and that game came out in 2009, 2010.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I noticed, like, oh, those voice characters are different.
Yeah.
But, like, just revisiting those 4 and 1 characters, it felt like coming home... Just replaying those systems are just like, oh yeah, I remembered why this is a top game franchise for me. Just because the mix of the turn-based / real-time combat, where you're going in there, controlling the character's boots on the ground, like manually aiming at enemies, it's just so fun. So fun, just managing your team composition. Positioning, everything you want from a strategy RPG series. And it felt good coming back to it. Not just coming back to 4, coming back to that franchise as a whole.
1 and 4.
1 and 4. And then just signing off and finally uninstalling that game.
So
it's been on there for 4 years.
So it felt good. Was it fun though?
It was fun. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Because I didn't just do those missions. There are other like DLC skirmishes, but they're just storyless battles, and just playing through those and like having a good time, just min-maxing movements and turns. It's good, man. Valkyria Chronicles for life. VC, baby. VC, Viet Cong for life. Hey, man, I'm down for taking an international trip to Ho Chi Minh City.
I'll be down.
Yeah. Formerly known as Saigon. But you know who won the war? Ho Chi Minh, baby. So long live the Communist Party of Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh and Kamala Harris, her international comrades.
I'm an immigrant, so I can't have any ties to socialist and communist parties at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any final statements other than that?
Ho
Chi Minh!
What are you looking forward to?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because aside from the Shin Megami Tensei remaster, which comes out next week.
I'm not playing that.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you?
Yeah.
I don't think I'll go back to that. I guess I have no games I'm gonna play in June. I've installed like this free racing game that I got on Steam called Grip, so I played the tutorial of that. I'll mess around with it.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to get that high school monster dating game. from Steam. I like dating games. I think they're fun.
Which one?
It's like they're turning into like a prom. It's like a prom night thing, and you get to date different kind of monsters. There's like a Frankenstein girl, which seems to be my favorite girl in the thing. There's like a Dracula dude, werewolf person. It tickles like certain boxes for me, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Have you played Katawa Shoujo and or Doki Doki Literature Club?
We've talked about Katawa Shoujo multiple times.
Okay.
And Doki Doki.
I just talk about it all the time.
It is a family game. I played it. My brother played it. My brother has a Just Monica tattoo, big, and they're great.
I haven't played Doki Doki Literature Club. How long does that take to go through?
An hour and a half.
That might be too long for me. My tolerance for visual novels is low. Like, playing through... That's part of why I don't like Nier Replicant nowhere nearly as much as Automata.
Mm-hmm.
Is it leans too heavily on the text adventure segments.
I love those segments. I
get it. I get the shtick. You don't have you lean on it too much though.
That's fair.
Whereas in Automata they only do it once or twice. Because it's like, hey, that's a cool magic trick. And then like in the same set, like, yeah, I already saw that trick, man. I already saw that trick. Okay, you're doing it again? Alright. Get out.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. You're not being respectful of my time.
But yeah, you're not looking forward to Shin Megami the Nocturne?
The thing is,
do you played it before?
No, but in the time since it's come out, like the fucking 15, 18 years since it's come out, I've wikied the story and read all the endings, so the appeal of it isn't as interesting to me.
Loving gameplay?
Like, well, it's the press turn system. I've gotten variations of that. I've played Strange Journey.
Okay, so you played Strange Journey.
Yeah, I played Strange Journey, which is like the basic press turn system.
Basic press turn system, but the difficulty is also like there. That's the main thing that I hate being that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy and say it's like I'm really excited for people to play it and
for
then
the first time
and get really fucking mad about Matador.
Yeah. Go play your Nier Replicants and your Nocturnes.
No, I'm saying like go and play your Personas and your little Shin Megami Tensei games. I love Persona.
I need an extra layer on it. You know.
That's fair.
I need the Persona layer. I need the Devil Survivor layer where you're moving around the map. Because the basic press turn system, I got it. It's there in the other games too, but also there's other wrinkles on top of it.
They have the whole chaos law. Well, we already read the story though.
Exactly.
So, I get
just doing different things to sway,
So the extra. So you already iron out the extra wrinkle.
Yeah.
No, I
the chaos order, but that's gonna be. I'll probably check out Shin Megami Tensei 5 when that launches on Switch.
Or if they fucking announce a date for it.
Yeah, and then it'll have the same chaos order branching pathway thing, but which is also again, Devil Survivor has that also. Mm-hmm. Which I love Devil Survivor.
But most Megami Tensei games.
Again, yeah. Everything except Persona has that branching storyline stuff. But
that's fair.
There's so many new games. I don't care about going back.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm the opposite. There's games coming out. There's brand new games I don't care about. Aside from Ratchet and Clank, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. That's a fun series, man. Ratchet and Clank is probably a game I'll skip out on because my prospective roommate, that's pending. He has a PS5. I'll definitely play Returnal on his PS5. Ratchet and Clank, because those games, it's like Mega Man. You know the formula. It's always fun, but you've played this game before. That's something I'll hold off on.
I'm holding off on
because I know I'm gonna have a fun time, but I don't need to play it at launch because I know how that will get.
I'm holding off on Biomutant. I'm holding off on Biomutant just because I'm not gonna like that game. So So I'd rather play the games I haven't finished yet.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. The free games I've gotten through Steam, Epic Game Store, I'll install those and try to play them. Something I'm planning on buying is the Falconeer. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this?
You were telling me about it last time.
Yeah, it's like a Crimson Skies kind of game, only you're flying around on a giant bird. It's made solely by one developer, and it looks interesting. If you want that kind of flight action game, it's coming to PS4 and PS5, like a physical release. But yeah, that's something that's been on my wish list on GOG for a while, and I've got a gap. I've got a couple weeks before Strive comes out in June, so I'll play through that.
Mm-hmm. Strive is gonna be. I'm definitely the first week. That's the one where I'm gonna be putting all the lap time and probably hit you up to play the most.
Here's
then
the thing.
What's up?
We gotta play in person because I'm getting it on Steam.
You getting it on Steam?
Yeah.
I'm double dipping.
You're double dipping?
I'm double dipping.
You're double dipping?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Because the thing is like I know most. Because the thing is like I know I have friends that want to be playing on Steam, but I know most of the community is gonna be stuck at PlayStation.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't mind double dipping. Anything that can get this game, just anywhere I can support this game, I'll support it.
Double dip.
I'll double dip.
Double dip. See,
I've double dipped. I've double dipped on Dragon's Dogma. I've fucking quadruple dip on Dragon's Dogma.
See, I have a PS4 Pro, and I just don't care about switching the input on my monitor to have to, because I don't play that all. Last time I turned it on for the Guilty Gear Strive beta, and last time I turned it on was months ago for the previous Guilty Gear Strive beta. I don't need it. I'm looking to sell it. It has a PT on it. If you want a PS4 Pro with PT on it, hit me up at Game Center USX on Twitter. But yeah, it's just collecting dust, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I still need it because I never played the Gravity Rush 2 DLC.
Oh.
So my Gravity Rush 2 copy is sitting on top of my PS4 Pro collecting dust.
I still need to play those games. They're great. There's a brown girl in it. I need to play them. It's
just so much fun. It is like the best traversal of...
That's what everybody tells me. Like every single person that I've heard... So I've never played the game. Every single person I've talked to that has played the game, even on the passing notice, has told me that game is fucking awesome.
Also, it has one of my favorite, like, bonkers, bananas out there anime stories. The way it gets at the end is, like, some, like, Gunbuster, Diebuster shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love it.
Hell yeah. Into it.
Man, it's so good.
One day I'll check it out. One day I'll do the things I say I will do. And...
maybe we'll get around to it.
Maybe we'll get around
to it.
Oh my goodness.
Alright. Strive. And then, yeah, for me it's just Strive and then Deathloop in September.
Right now, Strive and Ratchet & Clank I'm curious about, but similar feelings to you. I know I'm going to like it. I know the gameplay loop, and that's probably going to be it.
Check out a bunch of outlets have previews for Deathloop right now, so check out GameSpot, Easy Allies, whoever your favorite gaming outlet is. They probably have a preview of Deathloop. But yeah, the developers have talked about, like, specifically Majora's Mask, and they know people feel that anxiety of working on a clock and all that stuff, so they've put measures in there to relieve the pressures of rogueliteness or the Majora's Mask loop. So yeah, I'm gonna love it because Arcane always has fun, interesting systems. They're the kings of the immersive sim. Deathloop in September, baby.
I will hear you and we'll talk about it for like a good hour. Like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah,
and we will personally attack you.
Go for it.
For being a little punk bitch.
Go for it. Hey, try me.
Yeah. Oh, we will. Give me that bat. Let me get you.
Alright, folks. I think that's kind of it for today.
That's it, baby.
Bye.
See ya.